the S-4 facility, Secrets Beyond Area 51. Introduction to the mystery. Introduction to Area 51. Area 51, a remote, highly secretive U.S. military facility in the Nevada desert, has long been the subject of intense speculation and conspiracy theories. Officially, it is known as a test and development site for experimental aircraft and weapons, but its classified nature has fueled rumors that go far beyond mere aviation tests. Area 51 is at the heart of UFO lore, with many believing it is the center of government cover-ups involving extraterrestrial life, reverse-engineered alien technology, and highly advanced military experiments. For decades, the government maintained a tight grip on any information regarding the base. Public interest peaked in the mid-20th century when UFO sightings were reported around the Nevada desert and whispers of alien encounters began circulating. As Area 51 became synonymous with secrecy, an entirely new level of conspiracy emerged with the alleged existence of the S-4 facility. The rise of the S-4 facility. While Area 51 had garnered attention for its military aircraft testing and UFO-related rumors, it wasn't until the late 1980s that the existence of the S-4 facility was revealed to the world. According to Bob Lazar, a scientist who claimed to have worked there, the S-4 facility was not just another secretive military base, but a location where the U.S. government was actively engaged in reverse engineering UFO technology. Lazar's chilling claims suggested that S-4 was not only a hub for examining captured alien spacecraft, but also the site of advanced experiments involving extraterrestrial technologies. This revelation sent shockwaves through conspiracy circles and thrust the S-4 facility into the public consciousness. For many, Lazar's account became the foundation of one of the most intriguing mysteries of the modern era. Bob Lazar's revelation. Bob Lazar first came to public attention in 1989 when he gave a series of interviews with journalist George Knapp. In these interviews, Lazar claimed to have been hired to work at the S-4 facility, where he worked as a physicist on the reverse engineering of alien spacecraft. Lazar's story was staggering. He described seeing 9 flying saucers, claiming they were all of extraterrestrial origin, and detailed the advanced propulsion systems that he alleged were used in the ships. The most notable of these technologies, according to Lazar, was an anti-gravity propulsion system powered by a mysterious substance called Element 115. According to Lazar, the U.S. government had been aware of extraterrestrial presence on Earth for decades, and S-4 was at the epicenter of their efforts to harness alien technology for military purposes. His claims included mind-boggling descriptions of spacecraft hovering in midair, utilizing a propulsion system that defied all known laws of physics. Despite his detailed accounts, Lazar's credibility has been challenged. The U.S. government has denied any connection to Lazar, and some have questioned the veracity of his claim. Yet, his testimony remains central to the S-4 conspiracy and continues to be a topic of debate for UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. The whistleblower, Bob Lazar. Lazar's background. Bob Lazar's journey to becoming a whistleblower began in the 1980s. Originally a physicist with a background in experimental physics, Lazar worked at several scientific institutions, including Los Alamos National Laboratory. His credentials and educational background, however, would later be called into question by detractors who claimed he had fabricated or exaggerated his resume. Despite the questions about his qualifications, Lazar's story gained traction because of the remarkable consistency and detail he provided regarding the S-4 facility. According to Lazar, after being recruited for the project, he was taken to the S-4 facility in a remote area of Nevada just south of the well-known Area 51 base. Once inside the base, Lazar claims he was shown 9 alien spacecraft that were stored in various hangars, each of a different design. These crafts were allegedly recovered by the military from crash sites around the world. Lazar claims that the technology used in these crafts was far beyond anything humanity had ever conceived, and his role was to help reverse engineer these systems to understand how they work. Lazar's technical descriptions of the propulsion systems were detailed, including his assertion that the ships operated using anti-gravity and that Element 115, an unstable element that did not exist in stable form on Earth, was the key to their power. The S-4 revelation. In 1989, Lazar's decision to go public with his story was prompted by an encounter with a local television journalist, George Knapp. Lazar agreed to give a series of interviews where he would share his experiences at the S-4 facility. In the interviews, Lazar claimed that he had worked directly on alien technology, and his story quickly became the talk of conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts across the world. The revelations Lazar made were shocking. He described seeing the flying saucers as physical objects, each with their own unique propulsion mechanisms. He explained that the ships could travel vast distances in the blink of an eye, with propulsion systems that violated known principles of physics. He also explained that element 115 was the key fuel source for these crafts, but its stability was so delicate that the element could only exist in a lab environment, where it was kept in a controlled, highly secure setting. In addition to the technological aspects, Lazar spoke of the secrecy surrounding the project. He claimed that any employee working on the project was subjected to intense secrecy agreements, and the information they were exposed to was compartmentalized to prevent anyone from having a full understanding of the entire operation. The secrecy was so strict that even scientists who were working on the projects could not communicate with one another outside of their designated tasks. The fallout after Lazar's interviews aired, the backlash was swift. Lazar's claims were met with skepticism, and many in the scientific and governmental communities tried to discredit him. Records of his education and professional history were scrutinized, and many believed that his credentials were fabricated. Others pointed to discrepancies in his story and suggested that Lazar was simply a fabrication himself. The government, for its part, denied any involvement with Lazar and refused to confirm or deny the existence of the S-4 facility. Lazar, however, maintained his story and continued to insist that he had worked on the project. The personal fallout for Lazar was significant. His career was destroyed, and he was branded as a conspiracy theorist. Despite this, he has remained steadfast in his claims, and his story continues to be a cornerstone of UFO lore. In the years since his revelations, Lazar has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and interviews. He continues to advocate for the truth about the S-4 facility, and his story has remained an enduring mystery in the world of UFO research. The alleged UFOs at S-4, the flying discs. Lazar's descriptions of the UFOs he allegedly saw at S-4 have captured the imaginations of UFO enthusiasts around the world. According to Lazar, there were 9 flying discs stored at the facility, each with unique designs. These crafts were allegedly recovered from crash sites around the world, with some of them said to have been found in remote locations, while others were reportedly retrieved after UFO sightings were reported. The descriptions of the crafts were strikingly similar. They were all saucer-shaped, but the details of their construction varied. Lazar noted that each craft appeared to have a complex, sophisticated structure that defied conventional engineering principles. The crafts were reportedly small, some only a few meters in diameter, but capable of feats that seemed impossible, such as traveling faster than the speed of light and hovering in place without any visible means of propulsion. One of the most striking features of these crafts was their smooth, metallic surface, which Lazar claimed was unlike any material known to human science. The crafts were described as having an almost organic quality, with flexible, shifting surfaces that seemed to respond to their surroundings. The anti-gravity propulsion. Perhaps the most groundbreaking aspect of Lazar's claims was his description of the anti-gravity propulsion system used in the UFOs. According to Lazar, the key to the craft's ability to defy gravity lay in the use of element 115, which he claimed was a stable isotope that could generate a gravitational field. This element, Lazar explained, was used to power the propulsion systems of the UFOs, allowing them to maneuver with ease and speed that was far beyond the capabilities of any known aircraft. The anti-gravity propulsion system, Lazar claimed, was not just a matter of levitation. It was a fully integrated technology that allowed the crafts to accelerate and decelerate instantaneously, travel vast distances, and even manipulate gravitational forces. This system was described as a fundamental breakthrough in propulsion technology, one that could revolutionize space travel and even change the way humanity understands the laws of physics. The shadowy world of the S-4 facility. Security and secrecy. The S-4 facility, like Area 51, is surrounded by a shroud of secrecy. Access to the facility is strictly controlled, and its existence is officially denied by the U.S. government. It is said that the security measures at S-4 are some of the most advanced in the world. Only a select few individuals are authorized to enter the facility, and those who are given access are often subjected to intense background checks and non-disclosure agreements. According to Bob Lazar, once inside the base, the employees were required to sign secrecy agreements that prohibited them from discussing anything they witnessed or worked on. The facility itself was heavily guarded, with armed personnel stationed at strategic points. Additionally, the base was located in a remote part of the Nevada desert, far from any major population centers, which helped to maintain its clandestine nature. Lazar claims that the security at S-4 was so tight that even the employees had no idea what was going on beyond their assigned tasks. The workers were compartmentalized and given only enough information to complete their specific projects. This level of secrecy created a web of misinformation and confusion, ensuring that no one had the full picture of what was happening at the facility. Lazar further suggested that the government was so committed to protecting the secret that they employed measures such as electronic surveillance, restricted access to certain areas, and even the use of black helicopters to monitor the site. He also claimed that anyone who attempted to expose the truth was either silenced or discredited, adding to the overwhelming sense of fear and paranoia surrounding the base. Despite the extensive security, there are reports from other whistleblowers who have claimed to have worked at S-4 or have had first-hand knowledge of its operations. Some individuals have described similar security measures and have corroborated Lazar's testimony regarding the secrecy surrounding the facility. This has led many to believe that there is something extraordinary being hidden at S-4, far beyond the scope of conventional military operations. Possible hidden agendas. The question remains, why would the U.S. government go to such lengths to protect the secrecy of S-4? According to conspiracy theorists, the answer lies in the advanced technology that may be stored and studied at the facility. If Lazar's account is to be believed, S-4 is not just a research site for reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology, but a place where military applications of alien technology are being developed. One of the most intriguing theories is that the U.S. government has been working on advanced weaponry based on extraterrestrial technology, and S-4 is the site where these projects are being developed. Lazar has suggested that the anti-gravity propulsion system found in the UFOs could be used for military purposes, providing the U.S. with a strategic advantage in the field of aerial combat. If the government could harness the power of anti-gravity propulsion, they would have the ability to create aircraft that could move faster, more stealthily, and with greater precision than any current military technology. Furthermore, some theorists believe that the technology being developed at S-4 is not just for military purposes, but could also have far-reaching implications for space exploration and global geopolitics. The potential for utilizing extraterrestrial technology to manipulate gravity, energy, and even time could revolutionize the way humanity approaches space travel, energy production, and even our understanding of the universe itself. For some, the most unsettling possibility is that the U.S. government may be collaborating with extraterrestrial beings, exchanging technology in exchange for access to Earth's resources or other agreements that remain hidden from the public. If such a collaboration exists, S-4 could be the key to understanding a covert alliance between Earth and extraterrestrial civilizations. Possible alien involvement. The idea that extraterrestrial beings are directly involved with the U.S. government, particularly at a facility like S-4, has long been a source of speculation. While Bob Lazar never directly claimed to have seen extraterrestrial beings at S-4, he has suggested that the technology being reverse engineered at the facility was of alien origin. He has also mentioned that certain government officials were involved in negotiations or contact with alien entities, though he was careful not to elaborate on these claims. Some conspiracy theorists argue that the U.S. government has made contact with alien civilizations, and that S-4 is the site where such interactions are taking place. The most compelling evidence for this theory comes from the belief that the technology at S-4, particularly the anti-gravity propulsion systems, is so advanced that it could only have come from extraterrestrial sources. According to this theory, the government's secrecy surrounding S-4 is part of a broader effort to hide the existence of extraterrestrial life from the public. If it were ever revealed that the U.S. government had direct contact with aliens and was working with them to develop new technologies, it could have profound implications for global security, religion, and society as a whole. The idea of alien involvement in human affairs is not new. Reports of UFO sightings, alien abductions, and mysterious encounters with extraterrestrial beings have been circulating for decades. What sets the S-4 conspiracy apart is the suggestion that these beings are not merely visiting Earth, but are working directly with the U.S. government in a covert alliance. Whether these claims are based on fact or fantasy remains to be seen. But the possibility that S-4 is more than just a military base is a theory that continues to captivate conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts alike. The role of the military and government disinformation. One of the most controversial aspects of the S-4 facility and its connection to UFOs is the role of the U.S. government in actively suppressing information about the base and its activities. Bob Lazar's claims are just one example of how the government has allegedly used disinformation campaigns to silence whistleblowers, obscure the truth, and prevent the public from learning about what is really going on behind the closed doors of S-4. The government's official stance on Area 51 and S-4 has been one of complete denial. In interviews and public statements, government officials have consistently refused to acknowledge the existence of the S-4 facility, and when pressed about the possibility of extraterrestrial technology being stored at Area 51, they have been quick to dismiss any claims as baseless conspiracy theories. This official silence has only fueled the fire of suspicion, with many believing that the government is hiding something far more sinister. Disinformation tactics are not new to the U.S. government. In the past, the government has been accused of using various methods to mislead the public, from spreading false narratives in the media to conducting psychological operations aimed at confusing and diverting attention from the truth. It is believed by some that the government has used similar tactics to protect the secret of S-4 and other covert operations related to extraterrestrial technology. Some theorists even argue that the government has intentionally spread disinformation to make it more difficult for the public to distinguish fact from fiction. This could explain why certain UFO-related stories and theories have been allowed to flourish, while others have been deliberately suppressed. The presence of competing narratives and contradictory evidence has made it nearly impossible to pin down the truth, allowing the government to maintain a tight grip on the secrecy of S-4. The military's interests in UFO technology. If Bob Lazar's account is accurate, the military's interest in UFO technology at S-4 goes beyond mere curiosity. The potential applications of anti-gravity propulsion, advanced energy systems, and other extraterrestrial technologies could give the U.S. military a decisive advantage in global warfare. This could explain why the military has invested so much time, money, and effort into reverse engineering alien technology. The ability to create anti-gravity aircraft would revolutionize air combat, allowing for faster, more agile fighters that could outmaneuver anything currently in use. These craft could also be equipped with weapons that are far beyond conventional capabilities, potentially including directed energy weapons, quantum-based technologies, or even new forms of communication and surveillance. Beyond military applications, the technology at S-4 could have a significant impact on other areas of national security, such as space exploration and defense. The ability to harness alien technology could open up new frontiers for humanity, including the development of advanced space probes, interplanetary travel, and even colonization of other worlds. For the U.S. government, this kind of technological leap could solidify its position as the global leader in military and technological dominance. Other testimonies and supporting evidence, additional whistleblowers, While Bob Lazar's claims about the S-4 facility remain the most famous and detailed, he is not the only individual to suggest the existence of such a facility or its secretive activities. Over the years, other whistleblowers and individuals claiming to have had first-hand knowledge of UFOs and alien technology have come forward with similar stories, though often less detailed than Lazar's account. One of the most prominent figures who corroborates some aspects of Lazar's story is former government contractor and UFO researcher John Lear. Lear, the son of aviation pioneer Bill Lear, who founded the Learjet Corporation, has been vocal about his belief in the existence of extraterrestrial technology being stored and studied in secret government facilities, including S-4. According to Lear, the U.S. government has not only retrieved alien spacecraft, but has been in contact with extraterrestrial beings for decades. Lear's statements align with Lazar's claims, particularly regarding the technology that is being studied and reverse engineered at S-4. Another key figure is Philip Corso, a former U.S. Army officer who claimed to have worked on a secret project that involved studying and reverse engineering alien technology. In his 1997 book, The Day After Roswell, Corso stated that the government had been actively working on alien technology since the Roswell incident of 1947. Corso suggested that much of this technology found its way into the hands of private contractors, leading to innovations in fields like fiber optics and computer chips. While Corso's testimony does not directly mention the S-4 facility, his account supports the broader narrative of government secrecy surrounding alien technology. Despite their varying levels of detail, these whistleblowers provide additional support to the idea that the U.S. government is hiding something related to UFOs and extraterrestrial content. Their stories suggest that Lazar's claims may not be as far-fetched as some would like to believe, and that there is likely a more complex network of covert operations concerning alien technology. Scientific evidence. One of the most contentious aspects of Lazar's story is the existence of element 115. The element he claims is used to fuel the anti-gravity propulsion systems of the UFOs at S-4. According to Lazar, element 115 was a stable isotope of the element moscovium, which at the time of his claims was not yet synthesized in a laboratory. Lazar's assertion that element 115 could serve as a fuel source for anti-gravity propulsion was considered highly controversial, as the known version of moscovium is highly unstable and decays within milliseconds. However, in 2003, scientists at the Joint Institute for Nuclear Research in Russia successfully created and named moscovium, confirming its existence. While this version of moscovium has proven to be unstable, some researchers believe that Lazar's description of a more stable isotope of the element may have some merit. This discovery has led some to re-examine Lazar's claims, with some theorists suggesting that if element 115 exists in a stable form, it could indeed be used for advanced propulsion technology. Another piece of scientific evidence comes from the study of anomalous metals that have been allegedly recovered from UFO crash sites. Reports from UFO researchers have indicated that some materials recovered from these sites exhibit properties that are not found in conventional metal. These materials, often described as having unusual conductivity, resistance, or electromagnetic properties, have been the subject of study by scientists in the field of materials science. Some theorists suggest that these materials are remnants of extraterrestrial spacecraft, and that their unique properties could hold the key to understanding the advanced technologies that Lazar described. In addition, the geological surveys of the Nevada desert, particularly around the area near Area 51 and S-4, have revealed strange anomalies in the Earth's magnetic and gravitational field. These anomalies have led some to speculate that they could be the result of underground facilities such as S-4, where advanced technology or alien artifacts are being stored and studied. While much of the evidence supporting Lazar's claims remains circumstantial or unverified, the fact that there are scientific discussions surrounding elements like moscovium and anomalous materials only adds fuel to the fire for conspiracy theories. These theories, combined with the testimony of whistleblowers and the secretive nature of Area 51, make it difficult for some to dismiss Lazar's account entirely. cultural impact. The story of the S-4 facility, combined with the broader UFO phenomena, has had a profound impact on popular culture. Over the years, it has become a central theme in movies, books, documentaries, and television shows, which have helped cement the conspiracy in the public consciousness. Films like The X-Files and Independence Day have popularized the idea of secret government facilities housing alien technology. In these fictional works, the military and government agencies are often depicted as hiding the truth about extraterrestrial encounters, much like Lazar's claims about the S-4 facility. The idea of secretive government operations working with alien technology has captured the imagination of millions, helping to turn the S-4 mystery into a cultural phenomenon. In addition, documentaries like Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers, 2018, produced by filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, have brought Lazar's story to a new generation of viewers. The documentary explores Lazar's claims in depth, presenting his testimony alongside interviews with other individuals who have had similar experiences. The film has sparked renewed interest in the S-4 facility and fueled ongoing debates about the credibility of Lazar's claims. The S-4 conspiracy has also become a central topic in the UFO community, with enthusiasts and researchers continuing to investigate the facility's alleged existence. Online forums, blogs, and social media platforms have become hubs for discussion and debate, where individuals share their theories, evidence, and experiences related to S-4. Some of these communities believe that the truth is being hidden from the public, and they continue to search for any clues that might prove the existence of the S-4 facility and its connection to extraterrestrial technology. Conclusion and reflection. The truth behind S-4. As we approach the conclusion of this investigation into the S-4 facility, we must acknowledge that much of what has been discussed remains speculative. Bob Lazar's testimony, while compelling and detailed, is still unverified, and many of the scientific claims he made are open to interpretation. The U.S. government continues to deny any connection to the S-4 facility, and official records provide no concrete evidence to support the existence of such a base. However, the persistence of conspiracy theories, the corroborating testimony of other whistleblowers, and the scientific discussions surrounding elements like moscovium and anomalous materials suggest that there may be more to the story than we currently know. The possibility that extraterrestrial technology is being studied and reverse engineered at a secret government facility like S-4 cannot be dismissed entirely, especially when considering the secrecy, security, and technological advancements that have been associated with Area 51 and other clandestine military projects. The future of UFO research. The field of UFO research continues to evolve, with increasing public interest and growing evidence suggesting that we may be on the verge of a major breakthrough in understanding the phenomena. Recent revelations, such as the U.S. Department of Defense's acknowledgement of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, have opened the door to greater transparency and research into the mystery of UFOs. As governments around the world declassify more documents and release information related to UFO encounters, the truth about S-4 and other hidden facilities may eventually come to light. For now, however, the S-4 facility remains one of the most tantalizing mysteries in the world of UFO conspiracy theories, and its existence continues to captivate the imaginations of those who seek the truth about extraterrestrial life. End note. The S-4 facility, whether real or the product of conspiracy and speculation, raises important questions about the nature of secrecy, government power, and the limits of human knowledge. If the stories surrounding S-4 are to be believed, humanity may be on the cusp of discovering truths that challenge our understanding of physics, technology, and even our place in the universe. Until then, the search for the truth will continue, fueled by those who believe that the answers lie hidden within the shadows of secret military bases like S-4.